welcome back to Scary Story Sunday. I am your host, Zach Shadows, and as we continue to move forward throughout time, we learn through hindsight that history has its own disturbing secrets. That much is made clear through Reddit user Ines990 in the sad story of William Dyer. You may find it weird that I'm posting this personal interest story on my blog rather than selling it to a traditional news outlet. I chase too many leads for this story to throw it away. I can't sell it anywhere because none of the people that I've interviewed would allow me to give their names away, not even to editors. They wanted to remain completely anonymous. So, the cost of their privacy is that this story has to be a blog post. During the 1970s, an artist experienced a brief stint of localized fame in the New York art community. His name was William Dyer. You've never heard of him, and neither has Google, so don't bother searching for him. William was a starving artist, at least in the beginning. No gallery wanted his paintings. All the art connoisseurs and vendors told him that his paintings weren't bad, but they weren't great either. They just weren't special enough for anyone to want. I think William's frustration at his own failure drove him down a dark path. A former roommate speculated. He started bringing all these weird books into the apartment, and I heard him muttering late at night in his room. I think he was involved in some kind of witchcraft. The roommate told me that one time he found William alone in his room, covered in soot, standing in the middle of a pentagram painted on the floor. He just stood there, naked, covered in ash and soot. He told me leave, and I did. I got the hell out of that place as soon as my lease ended. I got lucky one day and managed to track down one of William's former girlfriends, one that could shed some light in his strange shift in behavior. We joined this group that messed with our heads, she explained. It was a cult. We called ourselves the Children of Trinity. The Trinity was, it was a triune god demon. We never said his real name except during rituals and spells. I asked the girlfriend if she would tell me the name of this demon, and she wouldn't. She went on to say how William got more deeply involved in the cult than she did. He got too deep for me. I just went to the meetings for the free acid and for Will. Most of the people that went to those meetings scared me, and the shit they got into during the meetings scared me even more. Will took the meetings home with him, and that was what ended us. Although it killed Will's relationship with his girlfriend, it brought his art career to life. After becoming heavily involved with the cult, Will sold his first piece for a hefty sum of $50,000 to a popular art gallery, which then sold the painting for double the price. As soon as I saw the painting, I felt entranced by it, the painting's buyer told me. He showed me the painting and I understood his meaning. It was a painting of a city street with tall apartment buildings towering over both sides and a long unending road. The painting, colored with a dark crimson tint, gives the viewer the impression of staring down the road, not up. William Dyer sold only 5 paintings in his lifetime, but each of those paintings fetched a higher price than the last. However, his sudden death cut his career short. We were all shocked and devastated by what he did, his agent told me. When his landlord found him like that, in his room, he had already been dead for several days. They told me that his body was all swollen and his arms and legs were covered in cuts. Yes, William Dyer was found dead in his apartment on October 16th, 1976. William's landlord found his body in a chair in front of an unfinished work of art, a painting of a brownish-red face. His feet sat in pots filled with a sticky brownish substance, and his slashed arms hung at his side above buckets filled with the same fluid. An investigation found that the congealed liquid was blood, and that William had used his own blood to paint the face. Later analysis revealed that he had used his own blood in all the paintings he sold.